Hello students, welcome back again to our online classes from LPM Public School situated in Gola Bazaar, Gorakhpur. So I hope all of you fit and healthy at your home. So my dear students, this is your subject teacher of science and today I am here with a explanation of remaining topics from chapter 12 going into space from your textbook. So my dear students, as you know that in a previous video, we had studied about space. So students, you know very well the earth is surrounded by air and beyond this layer of air is space. And you also studied about the force of gravity. Now, in today's video, we are going to cover the remaining topics from this chapter. Students, as you know that topic man on the moon, I already explained you in previous video. Now our today's topic is life on the moon. So before starting this topic, let's recall the topic man on the moon. Students, human beings had always dreamed of going to the moon, and this dream came true in 1969 when the three astronauts flew to the moon in a rocket. And the name of these three astronauts was Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, and Michael Collins. So, students, Neil Armstrong was the first man to step on the moon. Now, let's come to the topic life on the moon. We read about the moon in stories and poems. Let us read about the moon. So students, as you know that in your previous classes you read about the moons in stories and poems. Now we are going to read more about the moon. There is no air or water on the moon. So there are no plants or animals or people. It means there is no life on the moon. So that's why no plants or animals or people are there, because all of them need air and water, and there is no air or water on the moon. There are huge potholes called craters on the moon's surface. So, my dear students, there are huge potholes called craters on the moon surface. The craters on the surface of the moon are much bigger than the potholes on our roads. So, my dear students, look here. This is a picture of craters on the surface of the moon. So, students, the craters on the surface of the moon are much bigger than the potholes on our roads. Since the gravitational pull of the moon is less than that of the earth, you will weigh much less on the moon. So my dear students, moon has also a force of gravity, but the gravitational pull of the moon is less than the earth. If you weigh on the moon, you will weigh much less on the moon. Like your weight on the moon will be 1/6 of your weight on the earth. If you weigh 30 kg or 30 kilogram, on earth you will weigh only 5 kilogram on the moon. So my dear students, this was all about of the moon and the life of the moon. Now students, here oral questions are given. Choose the correct answer. In each question there is two options. So you have to choose the correct one. Students, here first question. If you throw an object up in the air, it will disappear or stay in the atmosphere or fall back to the ground. So students, here correct answer is fall back to the ground. It means if you throw an object up in the air, it will fall back to the ground. So you have to underline fall back to the ground. Okay, so is that clear to you all? Now let's come to the next question. Man first landed on the moon in the air. So students, here three options are given: 1699, 1969 or 1996. So here correct one is 1969. So man first landed on the moon in the year 1969. Now students, let's come to the next topic or last topic of this chapter, that is space travel. We read that astronauts go into space in a spacecraft. They wear special suits that contain a supply of air. These suits also protect them from harmful rays. Inside the spacecraft, they conduct experiments. When needed, astronauts even have to repair the spacecraft while in space. Let us read about two spacewomen India is proud of. So, my dear students, we read that astronauts go into the space in a spacecraft. So, first of all, who are astronauts or what are astronauts? Do you know about it? Let me tell you. Astronaut means a person who travels in a spacecraft. Now here question arises. What is spacecraft? So here a word to know is given. So spacecraft is a vehicle designed for travel in space. So students, these astronauts wear special suits that contain a supply of air, and these suits also protect them from the harmful rays of the space or that are found in the space. And inside the spacecraft, astronauts conduct experiments, and when they needed to repair their spacecraft while in space. Now let us read about the two spacewomen India is proud of. So students, so here I am going to tell you about the two space women for whom India is proud of. So here picture of these two women is given. First one Kalpana Chawla and second one Sunita Williams. So first of all, let's read about Kalpana Chawla. This is a picture of Kalpana Chawla. So, students, Kalpana Chawla was the first Indian woman to go into space, and she went in 1997 in the space shuttle Columbia. She went into space again in January 2003. However, she died on 1st February 2003 when her space shuttle crashed on the return journey. So, students, Kalpana Chawla was the first Indian woman to go into space, and she went in 1997 in the space shuttle Columbia, and she went into space again in January 2003. But at this time, she died on 1st February 2003 when her space shuttle crashed on the return of journey. So, my dear students, this was the information about Kalpana Chawla, the first Indian woman to go into space, and India is proud of her. Now, second woman is Sunita Williams. So, students, Sunita Williams was the second woman of Indian origin to go into space. She stayed in space in her spacecraft for 195 days. So, my dear students, the second woman of Indian origin to go into space was Sunita Williams, and she stayed in space in her spacecraft for 195 days. It means she stayed there for 6 months. And students, she was the second woman of India origin. Students, this was the second woman of India for whom India is proud of. So, this was all about these two women. Now the explanation of this chapter is completed now. Now your turn to study it and grasp it. So, students, do practice of reading and complete all the homework and assignment that is given as a PDF form in your WhatsApp group, and also learn all the exercises of the given chapters. Okay, so that's it for today. In our next video, we will discuss about the exercises of this chapter. So till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at your home. Thank you, students. Bye and take care.